Oh, yeah,
It's good.
it is good. It is good. Did you listen to one from last week?
Yeah, yeah, what both of them?
Yeah.
Isn't the one for Zion?
Yeah, I did.
Very
I
interesting.
didn't listen to today.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, so standing tall, let's do our, we'll do our 8-handed breathing today. So arms shoulder width apart. Arms shoulder. Okay.
I was like,
It's a
what?
10-hand
breathing.
I haven't been sleeping, so words. Yeah. One foot open. Legs shoulder width apart. 1 foot slightly in front of the other. Create your rib cage. And inhale. Keep your shoulders and elbows relaxed. And exhale. One more just to get us focused. Inhale. And exhale. And create your diaphragm. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And abdominal walls. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And pelvic floor. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Relax your arms. And so now we're going to work a little bit on expanding our air capacity. So I want you to suck air in as if you're sucking air in through a straw. And imagine that this space is a glass that you're going to fill with air. So you're going to inhale for a count of 4 and fill from your pubic bone up to your belly button. Ready? And inhale. And hold. And exhale for 6. You can inhale for 4. Up to the belly button, hold, and exhale for 6. Now inhale for 4, up to the bottom of your bra strap. Inhale. Hold. Exhale for 6 and get rid of all of the air. Again, inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale for 6. Inhale up to your collarbone for 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale for 6. Get rid of all the air so you don't hyperventilate. Again, inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale for 8. Inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale for 8. Again, fill it all up. Inhale for 4. Hold. See if you can exhale for 12. Last time, inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale for 12. Good. So what we know is we can vary the quantity of the air we take in, right? We can vary how fast we fill it up. It takes us, we have to do it faster to get a count of 4 to get a lot of air. And we can vary how fast we let it out. So as you sing through repertoire, if you find yourself running out of air, ask yourself, the last time I took a breath, was there time for me to get more air in? Probably yes, if you think about it. And if you bring it down low. If you go like this, you've just filled this up here and it's going to run out fast and you're going to have to breathe again. Okay, let's hum. The breath. Nice. And slow for me. Send your ears in all directions. Here we go. Good. Pick someplace of somebody that is not really adjacent to you, that you're sending your ears out there and try to hear them. One more time. Don't forget to breathe. Okay. And breathing and listening. One more time. One more breath. Make more space. Make it taller than it is pushed. Uh-huh. Yeah. Here we go. Add. Make sure that's always in tune again. Here we go. Listen behind you. Lights the top note. Relax the jaw. Not going to be beautiful. Relax it before. It's a conscious choice. Here we go. Start. Here we go. Snappy. No necessity for that. Light. Here we go. And. Yeah. So we had a little trouble tuning this last week because we haven't done this in a long time. Let's see how we do this time. Beautiful. Okay, here we go. One more time. Here we go. This is go as far as you think. Big. There he is. Sing softer than you listen. There it is. Breathe if you need to. Here we go. Listen, if I hear, you should be hearing it too, and then it's not in tune. Don't wait till you run out of air because it won't get in tune. Oh, here we go. Breathe when you need. Okay. Who does not hear that this is not in tune? Everybody hears it. Good. Okay, so let's do this. Claudia and Rachel move over on this side, and Mimi over there, and Jen and over here, and there we go, and facing each other. Okay, I'm going to stay right here. So Lainey, everybody's facing Jen over here next to Carol, so you're facing. There we go. Doesn't matter. We're all singing in unison. Everybody's singing at Leslie. Lainey, we're just in a circle. Do you understand too? Give me C. Here we go. There we go. Okay, if you like C better than D, it's okay. Here we go. Change the melody. Don't change the melody. You're running out of energy. If you have to breathe before the end to stay in tune, then breathe before the end. Because we have sections in our music that are unison. And when the unison is tight, as you have been doing, it's spectacular. So we need to always be spectacular. Aha. Much better. Good breath. Oh, the oohs are beautiful, and then after that, something weird happens. Oh, ah. Good job. Okay, take a seat. So Carol, you need to figure out how to sing alto one and soprano two at the same time. Good luck.
You know, the way the booze.
If anyone.
Well, but at the same time is kind of, it's tricky. All right, I would like us to do some work on Lechilach, measure 45. So we're going to sing each of the parts because I need you to know what everybody is doing. And some people are not going to be so happy having a solo. So we're going to start on the alto one part. Everybody's going to sing the alto one part. And sopranos, you're going to notice how it's somewhat similar to yours. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you shall be blessing, and you shall be blessing, and you shall be blessing. Yeah, we should be unison because we're all doing alto one. So did you notice? And you shall be you notice the register change there? So what is the solution to that? Well, but I mean, plan your register before. If you go and in your chest, then that's going to be high. So you're going to be low, and you shall be hooray! Just in time. And you shall be and put that first note up in your head voice, even though you want to do it in your chest voice. This is true for the alto ones and the alto twos and everybody else who has a big jump ever. So like everybody. Lechilach measure 45. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody on alto one still, even though we now have 2 alto ones. Here we go. Good breath. And. Can I hear that first and? Yes, just like you did on the low A for everyone can sing, right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1. And you shall be blessing, and you shall be blessing. Good. We're going to fix one more thing. You fixed it the second time. The first time, and you shall be you shall be happy. You can do it legato without doing a Y. The Y is in this particular situation really ugly. Okay, and I know not everybody is singing this part, but we all have these words at some point. 3, 4. And you shall be blessing, and you shall be blessing, and you shall be blessing. Okay, so here's my question. Is the sentence, and you shall be a blessing. We want to go to blessing, right? Yeah, so let's get to blessing. Last time. 3, 4. And you shall be blessing, and you shall be blessing, and you shall be blessing. So Alti, you don't have a lot of time between your repetitions. Let's everybody do soprano 1, please. Same problem. Here we go. 3, 4. And you shall be over. And you shall be over. Okay, not so much in tune. And you shall be over. Watch out for the bleh. And there it is this way. Blah, blah, blah. Get the tongue out of the way quicker. 3, 4. And you shall be over. And you shall be over. Okay, all the altos on alto 1, all the sopranos on soprano 1. I'm just making it interesting for nearly reading parts. Ready, alto? 3, 4. And you shall be over. And you shall be over. And you shall be over. That lefty-lach, the lamed, the L's in that, gonna kill us. All right, so that's one duet going on. Everybody on alto 2. One, 2, 3. Let's see. You're right. 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 2. Let's see. And you shall be a blessing. Let me know. Make sure you open quick as you can to the out. All right, so the L'Simchat Chaim is easier than the and you shall be a blessing. Can we do the soprano 2? Everybody on soprano 2. 1, 2. L'Simchat Chaim. 3, 1, 2. 1, 2. Still opening too slow from the do a Hebrew. Tip of the tongue. Part of the challenge when you're switching back and forth from English and Hebrew is remembering to change what your tongue is doing during the Hebrew so that you don't get stuck. All right. Altis on alto 2, sopranos on soprano 2. Ready? 1, 2. And you shall be a blessing. C is tricky. All right. All people on all parts. So you notice that the 2s have lots of time if they're just listening to each other. If you're listening to the 1s, not so much. 2, 3, 4. And you shall be listening, and you shall see the singing. You shall see the singing, and you shall see the singing, and you shall be a blessing. Aha. And really be listening to that unison note that you open quickly and it turns into unison. I'd like this a cappella, please. I'll try to cue the right sections this time. She gave you the note, yes, just the 2 of you.
I started it.
You did. And then she went, oh no, this is so long. You know this better than her. You sang this more than her. So be confident, Jan. You've got to have faith in you. 3, 4. And you shall be the same, and you shall see the same, the same, and you shall see the same, and you shall see the blessing, laughing on. Good. Alto ones. Yeah, be aware of getting out of the way. So yes, and you shall be blessed. You have to get out of the way. You have to go to blessing and get, same thing, soprano, get to the blessing and get out of the way. Otherwise, we can't hear anything.
Do you want it like, you don't want an accent or?
An arrival.
Okay.
I have a crescendo and a little stretch in the back. I have
Okay, that's good.
hairpins.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And the twos, when you come in, let's see him. Get out of the way for their entrances. Here we go. Ready? 3, 4. That was you.
It's me, I'm sorry.
And you shall be the same pleasure. All right, one more time. Here we go. Be with me. 3, 4. And you shall be the same, and you shall be the same, the same, and you shall be the same, and you shall be the what? Get into. Yeah, tongue out of the way quicker and lift the soft palate. Good. Let's do it with the piano, playing the piano part. Right there. Actually, let's back up just to make it easier to get into at 37, and we'll see what you remember. Let's see. Let's him call. Yeah? You remember it. Let's see. She's going to play her piano. Here we go. And you shall be the same God, you shall see. You shall see the blessing. Good. I want to do the whole second half from measure 25. And this is more the tempo that I want. I really don't want we're getting up and going. Especially the second time, which we talked about when we worked this, and if you don't remember, there is a text and context about it. Right, that the second time, the first time he sets it very homophonically, and then the second time, we're moving, right? We're already moving. So nearly for you at measure 25. Ready, 25. Ready, soprano ones? want to slow down. When we performed it last year, you wanted to slow down. February, you all wanted to slow down. I would like us not to be slowing everything down. Let's take out Valley. And there's a couple of things that I want to do. I'd love to run the whole thing, but it's really long and there's some spots that I need to work on. Let's start, please, at rehearsal E. Okay, and so Jan, I believe you're doing soprano 2
Yeah,
in Valley. So why don't you two switch and Jan move the chair back next to Carol so that
Okay.
you're with the soprano 2s
Okay.
and then Leah's next to the altos. Think about this before.
I was just, yeah.
Yeah, we'll just move that chair back and forth as we need. Okay. Hang on, no, so, yeah, no, that's not good. I gave the wrong, I wrote it down in my notebook. But if I look at it, it will save time. Measure 103. Stop there. Deep in the earth below, yes. Deep in the earth. One of our favorite spots. Okay. All right, here we go. Neely, if you could, yeah, give us our notes at deep. All right, and if you could play parts as long as you have them. Not worried about the piano right now, and then of course holding the earth together is unison.
So we're not doing B, we're starting at measure 103.
Measure 103, yes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Give them their next pitches. Good. Okay. I'd like us to go. It's really in good shape. Be careful, Tomcheha, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That you're not closing on that long note heading to the tone. Tomcheha. There's no OW in there. Let's everybody sing soprano 2. Same place, 1 and 2. Everybody on soprano 2, 3. And together. So D flat and C sharp, different note, same note. Same note, and yet you're getting a soupçon flat term. Okay, so repeated notes are not always your friend. And that's going to feel different because of the other notes with it. Here we go, everybody. D, lo, lowering of the cattle note. Lo. Here we go. 3. Yeah, if anything, think the C sharp hard. Good. Right? 8. Awful, right? Very unfamiliar. Very difficult. Here we go. Good. The way to make it sound smoother, when you're going down, think up. When you're going up, think down. Here we go. 1, 2. Lovely, keep going. Okay, and so if you don't have it written here, it's a slide. All parts are sliding there.
We doing the alphabet.
Everybody slides. It's like everybody loves Raymond, everybody slides.
4 years ago.
Here we go.
Is the next note supposed to be F sharp again, or is it still F natural?
Which measure?
Natural.
Natural.
It is natural? Okay.
Yours is a natural. Yeah, we'll do the alto part too.
Every time you
Oh.
think it might not be the right accidental.
It is? Okay. It just
And
is
if you're not sure-
inconsistent, so.
Yeah, if you're not sure, yes. And so part of the conversation, if you look in the piano part, you don't have,
Yeah, we
you
don't
don't have the piano part. Okay. Yes, so in measure, I mean, if you look at even, what the heck measure it is, 11, 9, 10, and 110, right? The choir has D flat, F sharp, A. Okay, the piano has C sharp, F sharp, A. The altos have that D. We had this conversation of directionality, and if he makes the C sharp, D sharp, then it's C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, D sharp. So instead of doing that, it's D flat, E flat. There's a harmonic logic to it as far as directionality of where you're going, and you really can't write C sharp, D sharp, F natural. I think whatever in how he was hearing it harmonic. It had to do with how he was hearing it harmonic when we went back and forth. It was like, should it be sharp? Should it all be sharp? Should it all be flat? This is what we landed on.
What
So
did we land on? Because I don't have the sharp hair.
you don't have a sharp there. You have a natural. You have whatever's written there is the natural, even though, yeah, let's not worry about it. Okay. Yeah. Soprano 2, beton clair, back up to beton clair. 1. Off. And as you heard when we sing it all together, it's much easier than singing it alone, but you still have to be able to sing your part alone.
So there's no sliding there.
No sliding there.
This is the slide.
Okay, so hold soprano 2 until there. In here. Here we go. So I love deep in the earth, holding the earth, holding the. Again, you want to pull it back. Don't pull it back. We're unison and we're moving. All right, everybody on the alto. Yeah, sopranos, you have the easiest time, but it's okay. Soprano 1. Here we go on the alto. Everybody on the alto. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here's what I heard. Since we did this text already with the alto, deep, deep in the, right? It's not deep full stop. Oh, we're deep in the earth. No, deep in the earth. Here we go. 3. are supporters. One word. Here we go. 1, 2. Yeah. Okay, do you have to look at the music for holding the earth together as one? So if you would look at me, it would not sound like holding the earth, which is what it sounds like. Oh, here we go. Holding the earth together. So it will be this and cut off. Soprano 2 and alto from 103. Soprano 1's pick apart. Sing along. Deep in the earth below. 3. Whenever I cut you off. Okay, this part is very, see it at over 103, he says, rubato espressivo. So it's very similar to a chorale, like a Bach chorale, where you're stopping after the phrases. Okay, everybody on soprano 1. And do you know how you're splitting at 112? Did you sing top? No, you sang bottom. And you sang top. And you sang top. So bottom, bottom, top, top. That work? Okay. Everybody on soprano 1 at 103. 2. Okay, same thing. No full stop on D. Nice. Let's do that again. Do that again. The unison is getting better. 4 of you sound. I hear the 4 of you as a section, which is great. Get out of the way, get the sheet shut out of the way. And don't think about the R. Don't even let it get into your brain that there's an R. Write for yourself, shot. Okay, soprano 1, soprano 2. Here we go. Good. listen. Yeah, you gotta listen to everybody else. D is a little bit pitchy. All right, 3 parts. We're gonna do 3 parts with Neely playing parts, and then we're gonna do a cappella. Because if you can do a cappella, you can do it piano. Great. Holding the All right, a cappella. You can do it. Good breath. Here we go. Holding the earth together as one. Gotta be careful about that too. I'm hearing a little bit holding the earth too. Keep it open. All right, let's do it one more time with Neely playing her part, and then we're going to continue and connect it to the next part. And if you watch me just a little bit more, you won't be behind the beat. Same place, 103, and we're going to keep going after the page turn. So don't look at it, do this. Oh, okay. I have on the full, those of you who have the full score, Neely and I. That's why you have the whole half of it memorized. Half of it memorized. They'll come back. Here we go. Do it is less important. Ready? Ready? Okay, so he doesn't have the instruction. He actually has the word. So at rehearsal D, right, with the choir's entrance. He says, prayerfully. What he told me is that he wants it to be a little bit dance-like. So it's Hasidically prayerful. Okay? Prayerfully, Allah, we're joyful and moving our bodies, not beating our chests, which is not an issue of tempo. So I just take out my little handy dandy metronome, which I wish would let me just enter a number instead of having, oh, there we go. Okay, so that's the tempo that he wants. Now, if it happens, because Neely and I'm quasi starting her at D, but she's actually kind of starting her on her own. And if it's a little bit slower and I want to move it forward, what do you have to do? Just look. We can, in 2 measures, we can even start it slow on purpose at D. Okay, question at measure 138. Is there a tempo change? No. Now, Neely does a retard, and there's many reasons for that retard in measure 137, not least of which she's going way up there and then she has to come back here. But I don't want it to be much slower there. Okay, so please be watching. It's a little bit slower, and he has a tempo at 143. So we're just a teeny bit slower, but not every beat soprano ones is a little bit more behind beat. Good. I would like now to connect it at the other end. So we're going to back up to 176. Back up to 76, not 176, 76. The pickup towards 76. Behold the terabin. Ready? Everybody's in unison? Yeah. Can you give us the full measure before the page turn? You know that our data. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Behold. Yeah, okay, so here she goes. Here's the measure before. 2. Here you go. Okay, I'm going to stop here because the word below, I really don't want low, just all, and a short W at the end, and get off. Same thing with grow. If you look at the terebinth, her branches weave and grow, 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 grow. Her branches weave and grow, her branches weave and grow, grow, grow. If you go grow, you're already behind the beat. So please don't give me that ooh after the W. Grow, grow, grow. One more time, same place. Behold, a little bit faster. We'll do it after the page turn, so Neely doesn't have to do that.
We'll turn the page.
One. Okay, not bad. Not performance ready, but not bad. We're going to do something a little easier now. Actually, two a little easier. Then we're going to do some anyone can dance. Anyone can sing. Anyone can dance. Jan, why don't you move up next to Leah for this next bit? And Luyahi. Luyahi. She'll be back.
I'll do that.
All right. I would actually like to work on the chorus of Luyahi because I wanted to move much more than you guys want. And so we can look at the first one on page 2. Doesn't really matter which one. Pick up to measure 20. Yeah. So don't look at your music right now. Don't wait. Look at me. Luyahi, Luyahi, Anna Luyahi. Luyahi, Luyahi, Anna Luyahi. So which Lu is long? Yeah, listen.
The last
Think about what you're saying. Okay, here we go. Lu-ye-he, So which one is long? The last one. And yet you all want to go Lu-ye-he, Lu-ye-he, Lu. Lu means if only. If only and yehi it will be. Lu-ye-he, 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 Anna, please, Anna, Lu. Please, if only it will be. All of that has to be one long idea. And it's not hard, and I would bet you, don't even look at your music, Amelia will take part. I bet you know this by heart, the chorus. I bet you know the chorus by heart. I bet you know, guys, so don't look at so close the music and sing it by heart. We had this conversation before. And then if I want to change the tempo, I can. But otherwise, I'm like, oh, that's what I felt like on that podium, that I couldn't move too much because I didn't want to fall off.
Yeah, you need the practice.
No, I'm joking. But I'm not worried about falling off because I root my feet. So the bottom part of me is not moving anywhere. But it's very tiring to be that trying to drag you all from that distance, and the movements are getting bigger and bigger and faster and faster, and ain't nothing happening. Give them their Lu-ye-he, the chorus. Don't look at the one. Lu-ye-he, Lu-ye-he, Lu-ye-he. Okay, close. I'm hearing ye-he, ye-he. It's okay. It's really ye-he with a schwa. Okay, we put a yet because of the amount of time that it needs, but it's Lu-ye-he, Lu-ye-he, Lu-ye-he. Don't open up so much to yeah, because it's slowing us down. 2, 1, 2, 1. Lu-ye-he, Lu-ye-he, Lu-ye-he. Okay, so here's what I would like to feel as far as the speed. Lu-ye-he, speeding up, Anna, taking time, Lu-ye-he, and then back. Lu-ye-he. All right, so speak it with me once, the way I want it, and see if it feels logical to you. Here we go. 1, 2, 1. Lu-ye-he, Lu-ye-he, Anna, Lu-ye-he. Kol shenevakesh, Lu-ye-he. Second time. Lu-ye-he, Lu-ye-he, Anna, Lu-ye-he. Kol shenevakesh, Lu-ye-he. Yeah, so that we're saying that third time, that long time, please, gets a little more space, and the rest of it moves along. And if we don't move along, then it sags a little bit. Sopranos, the second time we sing the chorus, who has the melody?
Altos.
The altos have the melody. It's very nice. Anyway. They have the melody. So put on your viola cap and get out of the way. Yeah. And if we can't get them, I mean, when everybody's here, I think our altos have enough sound, but high notes always are going to carry more. Our ears, our Western ears, except for people who are used to listening to barbershop and close harmony, where the melody is not the top note, the melody is the next to the top note. Okay, but mostly our ears go to that melody line, or if you're a bass, they go to the bottom. We lose things in the middle. So be aware, if you be a team player, if you don't have the melody, there's a reason the arranger did that, to challenge you to listen to the melody. Okay, here we go, by heart, by heart, by heart. You know it by heart. 1, 2. To the alti. And be careful, you're going to want to slow down at the end of that second time. Don't do it. Don't do it. So Neely playing Neely's part. See that you know this by heart? So you get to the chorus and you just page so that when you get there, soprano ones, you're not surprised that, oh, we have instead of oh shit. And now you're late. Right? We've all done it. Here we go. Neely's playing her part. Could you give us 2 measures? How about from 17? I hear a little bit of almost yahi. Okay, Rachel, if you don't mind us starting from the beginning and going into the chorus. Here we go. Trust her to know her notes and look at me. Or look at the audience. And then I can get, yeah, I know. I'm not worried about that now. I just wanted to work on the chorus today. Okay, clearer? Thank you. Yesh brachim. And we're chorus in this one too. Which is the major section. So we're starting in measure 21. So what I'd like to do is go over parts and then see if we can sing this a cappella. If we could, before we do that, speak it, please. Everybody on their part with correct rhythm. Jen, you need, I have copies, I think. Okay, measure 21. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all of the sopranos here, right? 2, 3. Okay, so Al-Tiktov means don't pick. Na'ari, my young man, my young person. Yesh rachim shebnei chalof. Yesh, there are. Rachim, flowers. Shebnei chalof. Bnei chalof is they are finite. They pass by. Okay, it's an idiom for things that die, are bnei chalof. Okay, so now speak it like you understand the text and you understand which syllables make up words. 3, 4. Al-Tiktov na'ari yesh brachim shebnei chalof. Much better. Off and yesh brachim she'ad ein sof nisharim b'mangina. Okay, so we have a problem in 26, right, with that sof. So what most of you want to do is, so yesh, there are, rachim, she'ad ein sof. Ein sof is infinity. So there are flowers that until infinity or forever, misharim b'mangina, remain in the melody. And we remember that the flowers are a metaphor for those who have died, right? So therefore, yesh brachim she'ad and sof, full stop. It's not what we want to do. Okay, so even though it's a long note, yesh, and just like we talked about deep in the earth, yesh brachim she'ad and sof nisharim b'mandina. Mandina, that's where you're going to grab your quick breath. Those of you who have to grab that. If it has a forward movement, then it's easier to sing it on one breath. If you're going, yesh prachim she'ad et sof. So take a good breath. You have 3 beats, but 2 beats because I'm conducting it out of breath. But you have half a measure to take a really good breath. Yeah, so take a really good breath. Could you play the piano part for a second and measure 26? 24, the other 26. Yesh prachim she'ad et sof nisharim b'mandina. Yeah, okay, you know we're going to do that. If you could play for us from 21. She's playing, you're speaking. Make sure that you are with her. If you are not with her, it is not her fault. 2, 3, 4. Hatitov, hatitov, nari, yesh prachim she'ad. Good breath. Yesh prachim she'ad. Manina, hatitov, yesh prachim she'ad. Yesh prachim she'ad et sof Okay, so are we going to do it like that, like a runaway train? Probably not. But I need you to be able to do it like a runaway train. So if I want to take a little bit of time, we can get back on. If we're constantly falling behind the beat, then we really can't do anything. All right. Can we all do, please, soprano? Soprano, and then when we get to the split, the ones will do all the soprano ones and alto ones will do one, and soprano twos and alto twos will do one. The bottom soprano, starting at measure 21.
Hello.
Huh?
Just keep them.
Yeah, it's just being friendly. Technology. Here we go. Oh, gosh. All right, I'm coming, Lainey. Hold this, please. Hold this. Here we go. Open up. There she is. You still with us, Lainey? Yeah, we're having technical difficulties. We'll be right back.
Stand by.
Stand by. All right. I did everything before, but sometimes it just does its own thing. That was not me. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2. If you want to sing it an octave lower, that's fine with me if you're more comfortable there. 1, 2, 3. Close. Let's do it again. 3, 4. Energy. And here we go. Yeah, I think we got rid of that. We got rid of it. I was missing it, but I think it creates more problems than it's worth. All right. So, Alti, Rachel and Claudia, you have the lowest note. And Jen and Leah, which note do you know? Because I think Jessica takes the middle note. Do you, and you to take the top note?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so just do the top note and we'll leave the middle out. If we don't have the D, we don't have the D. I'm not going to worry about it. Actually, I think Carol takes one of those notes. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Everybody on the alto part. 3, 4. Off. Okay, so measure 24. That syllable, halo. It is not a loaf of bread. Loaf. Ha-a-o. Halo. O. Of is a bird. This is not that word, but halo. Of. Not of. Halo. Halo. We go. Adito. 1, 2. Okay, so I hear yesh prachim shebne. Move it forward. Yesh prachim. Whenever you have 8 notes that are leading into the next measure, you have to think of them forward. You can't think of them 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1. Always, always, unless the director tells you they're doing a break there, which happens. But if you don't get any instruction, dotted quarter note or dotted note, the small note goes to the next beat. 8th notes at the end of the measure, or even a whole measure, are going to the next. You can't pull back there. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Yeah, that's the kind of line it has to have. We have to do the line as if we are all native Hebrew speakers, even though we're not. Okay, have people on their own parts. Here we go. 2, 3. Okay, so I really like that a lot, except for Alti in measure 32. So what do we do on that whole note? Okay, but so right now I heard. It has to keep the energy. If you do energy, the sopranos can keep moving. If you die, everything above you dies too. So it has to have a forward energy. Good. That's all I want to do on this. Anyone can sing. Let's look at page 9. So bring out my handy dandy metronome, pocket metronome. There you are. All right, Leah, this is for you. So
Mine doesn't do that. I only have
my God.
That's why mine doesn't do that.
Well, otherwise it's this.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Pass out before that happens. All right,
Wow.
so, yeah, it's
No,
called practice timing.
no, I'm talking about what somebody put in for Facebook, because I put that Your article in there.
Oh,
One
really?
of my fellow authors really so
Oh,
nice.
okay, good. Sometimes people say, wow, nice. and
No,
then
no,
they
no,
mean
no,
that. Great.
she's great, but she, from birth, and I'm not. And she just said something really very nice.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Okay, so let's take a look. If you remember, I mentioned to you that Andrea said in listening to the recording that they were really taking a lot of liberties with the tempo and she wasn't expecting it. However, if you look over it, you see all the retards and all the time and all of this. So let's look at the tempo changes from the end, from here to the end, are written in, and we need to be aware of them, and we collectively need to be on the same page. So it's not a surprise to you when Neely and I change tempo and you don't. So if you look at measure 50, measure 50, top of page 9, right? It says slightly broader and slowing. Still, a quarter note is 82. Now, if you look back at page 6, the last metronome mark we got is 72. So I'm not sure why it's, not clear to me. Hopefully, I'm hoping to invite Andrea to participate with us in a text and context about this piece, and so we can maybe ask her those questions. Meanwhile, what the score tells us.
Say up tempo over 37 then, so that's.
Yeah, but to which one?
Yeah, no, that's a good, I don't know, but
I think the up tempo at 37 is to the tempo at 29. Because if you look, if you look at 34, there's a retard. If you look at 34, there's a retard.
Yes, you're right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 37 is back to that slow dirge-like that will be determined by how we are able to do that slow dirge-like. But right now, let's look at page 9. So sing, here's the tempo. Sing to fill the void and sing with every hurt, every slowing hard, we're slowing hard, one, joy. Now, notice, before you turn the page, 9, see those double hashtags at the bottom of 9? See those slash?
Yeah.
That's a lift, right? So we go joy, 2, 3, 4, and now we're restarting on page 10 at, this is 70. This is 70. That stays off, get on us, it's coming to sing both full and utter and empty. And then we don't have a different instruction, right? Right? Which means that at 69, anyone can sing, right? Which is very different. You go to the beginning. Oh, come on. There we go. Here's 76. Anyone can anyone can sing. And which I think is logical that it's slower at the end. So I'm not, the more I look at this, the more I'm confused why she's surprised that there are so many tempo changes, because she did write them in. So I actually feel sing as being a little bit more movement, but it will depend on how we get there. All right. And we've sung this a couple of times, and I'm not convinced that we have the pitches. So let's do page 9. Neely, if you could play parts. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and we restart. It's a full restart. Okay, I know we're under tempo, so it's hard to do it with the breath that you want. But I want to remind you, measure 53, hut, measure 54, hum, measure 55, hard. Yeah? And soprano ones, from as far as I'm concerned, you can sing just vowels for right now so that you're comfortable on those top notes. So she starts the slight retard at measure 54, but emotionally, I think we get there at the downbeat of 53, right? With that harmony change, right? That's the get ready, and then the next one, every hum. Okay, because we think we're done, right? We're left. There's nothing left. We're rags, and even with that, we're going to get together and sing and stave off death, yet honor it's coming.
It's so depressing.
It's not ultimately. It's a song. It's a song of great hope that even when things are bad, if we sing, we feel better
When we get there.
and we know when we get there. Yeah. Here we go. All right. So one more time. Soprano ones with confidence. 3, 4. Okay, so it's going to be a restart, yeah. So I'm just reminding you to fill, right? It's about it, dot to fill the, sing with every heart. The energy's got to keep going. Neely, if you could play parts, sopranos, if you could add just a few of the consonants, but don't get stuck on. You have to practice at home getting that. So you do just a little bit. If you close all the way for that S, you're not going to open in time. You're going to be behind everybody. One, let's check our tempo. Going back to her, which again may or may not be where we end up. Pretty close to what we were doing. Here we go. 3. Slower. Okay, and I know you'd like to move on, but that staves off death. Can we do that, please, as doo-doos, so that it's in tune? At 57, remember the unisons, right? So after that big thing, this unison is a spotlight naked moment. Yeah, here's what the piano is doing under that. Could you play? Very bare. Very, very, very slow. So undo, please, at 57. Do, so we go. 1. Yeah, everybody, here we go at 57. Better. Okay, starting again, because the first measure you are not together with Neely and me. Close. Repeated notes. I have energy forward and up, otherwise they get flat. Here we go, and. Yeah, right there, that honor. Dee, 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 F sharp, do, mi, here we go. Yeah, when you get to that F sharp, don't let it change. It's think it going up once you're on it. Don't think it as flat as staying in place, or it will get flat. One more time. I know it's in unison. Right. You need to really listen and really need to really tune. Here we go. Bravo. Yeah. So isn't that wonderful, right? When you're holding that A and the B flat comes underneath, and it's a really goosebump moment, but only if everybody's in tune. All right.
Do you want the second soprano to join the first soprano?
No, let's leave it like this right now. I think she wants it to get softer than we can get with everybody. And if they're really in tune, then yay, and we don't need. One more time at 57, and then we'll keep going. One question for you to think about that I've been thinking about. Alone and conjoined, right? When we talk about conjoined, we typically talk about what used to be called Siamese twins, right? Twins that are conjoined. How often, once we are born, right? We're conjoined when we're in the womb or when we're pregnant. But once we're out, are we ever really conjoined? It's a very interesting choice of word. Just something to think about. I don't have a good answer.
So we're alone, but we're also with our others. But we're also connected.
Okay.
Yeah.
But are we really conjoined? And maybe, well, poets
The next one is also
at home, at exile,
exiled
and at home.
Yeah,
Like
sorry.
these are the only, it's not away and at home, exile. So these are very dramatic,
Yes.
they're very extreme opposites.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the closest we get to being conjoined is when we lift all of our voices together, and then our voices are conjoined. But again, I don't have answers. I just was something I was thinking about today as we were coming out. It was like, okay, I get what he's intending. Like when you feel protected and when you feel unprotected. When
Running over into each other.
running over into each other. I don't know,
The thing that's coming to mind is, for me, is origin of love and like how humanity was originally like two people put together and then forced to split because they were too powerful.
Right. And the Bible says that a man will cleave unto his wife, or today we'll say a person will cleave unto their spouse, partner, spouse, whatever, however you want to. So a metaphorical conjoining, right? Because physically it's not possible, except maybe for three-legged races. Just to lighten things up a little. Yes, Anne.
So in that same vein, should we break between exile and at home because they're so different?
I think that it's not legato there. I think it's,
So loading, drawing, exile.
that's for sure, and there's a rest there. But I think Anne is saying that maybe we need to go exiled and that will depend on how. I think it's going to be too much and
Yeah.
exiled and dead.
And it also ruins the and, because we're both exiled and at home.
And maybe it's that we're both of those things at the same time. Right?
That kind of depends how you want to, like, you can work connected or separated. You're saying it just depends what we want to communicate.
Yeah.
Judy's always been exiled at home. I mean, they were exiled, but they were home.
Yeah, and she's not even Jewish. That's true. You make a home where you are exiled. So anyway, good. So that staves off death and get to the end. Give them their D. Okay. Everybody, right? All of this together. And no, you play your part. So yeah, so if we look at the previous page, we were mezzo piano, and we do a diminuendo. So it's not pianissimo. It's speaking, right? This is it's in a speaking manner, an intimate speaking manner, rather than a specific dynamic. Okay, don't let it taper up. Don't let it taper up. So yeah, let's go back to. I think it has to be exiled and at home, because the point is home. And I think if we make a break, we're putting too much emphasis on the exile. Don't try to slow down too much at 69. Stay with me. Don't do the retard. The retard happens not until 70, and Neely is the one who does that because she's doing eighth notes between both of her hands. Keep the energy in the long notes, or we are in trouble. Right there. 69. Anyone can see. Good. Now listen to the altos. I did cut you off. Nice. This piece is so fabulous. I don't remember if I probably told you, and you probably don't remember. You can't have the things that I told you. Because I had I had our whole season planned out. And then I attended a group that I attend of conductors of women's choirs, and Andrea was the guest, and she brought music and she played this, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to do this song, and I rethought my whole season. And it took me, I mean, I had to listen to it 4 times before I could listen to it and not cry.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, all right. Woohoo! Yeah, we're gonna do, we have time, we're gonna do El Hadir. Y'all are working great, thank you. So last time we worked on the text for the second verse. And today we're going to work on the text of the first verse. I'm pretty sure I have copies of everything. So what I'd like us to do again is to speak the text slowly, but with very, very short staccato. At the very beginning. Very, very beginning. Yeah. So we're going to speak the text, and we're going to make the notes very, very short, which you wouldn't, at that tempo, your staccato would never be that short, right? We're going to make this, do it slow and make the staccato like it is when it's fast, so that when we get fast, that's our ultimate goal. Okay, so there is a little bit more mouthy stuff going on here, and we need to get the mouthy stuff fast. Okay, so measure 4. 1 and 2 and speak. Okay, can we do, I'll do the alto part for a second. Shoo needs to be quicker and soft and shorter. Shoo, shoo, shoo. It's kind of the opposite of what we do all the time, right? Is go to the vowel, go to the vowel, go to the vowel. But you don't have time in this. We're doing it as fast as we can because we know it's going to slow down. It does slow down, you know, but my goal is to be able to do it, not slow down. Fast as the program can do it. 1, everybody on the alto part, please. So we're all doing the same thing. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. 1, same thing, faster tempo. 1 and 2 and 3. Good. Be careful about L, that you don't hold that L sound. Same thing. 1 and 2 and 3. Here we go. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, off. All right. Give them a pitch, please. We're still on the alto part. We'll just start over a second. 1, same thing, 3 tempo, staccato. 1 and 2 and short. I want you to get off because our ultimate tempo.
So why are we doing it so slow?
Because I want you to do fast staccatos. I want you to practice the fast staccatos because you will smear them when it's slow and then you will smear them when it's fast. So in practicing piano pieces, if you want to play fast, your fingers have to move fast. right? So if you are practicing, say, do, re, mi, fa, sol, right? And you want it to be, you ultimately want to be, if you do, when you do it slowly, it will not speed up if you go, okay, the quick impulses. So we're separating the impulses from the tempo. But both things have to happen. That's the logic. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3. Did you hear Shakshel? It was not together. All right, same thing, same tempo, soprano on soprano parts, alto on alto part. Shakshel was not together. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, sopranos, I'm editing your part. Measure 5. Make that tied over. Measure 4, 5, and 6. Shorten that note. So it's like an extra 8th note there, and then get out. Okay, instead of a half note or a dotted quarter note, change those to, because I want you to get out. It's bogging us down. Understand? Everybody understand what I'm talking about? Yes? Alti, it doesn't affect you, so it doesn't matter. And then sing off. So it's going to be quarter rest, and then all that.
Looks like 6 or 6.
5, no, 6, both 5 and 6, that tied over, it's just going to be an extra 8th note. Just so it's not an
So
abrupt
in
cut off.
5, it changes from a half note to an 8th note. In 6, it changes from the
Dotted quarter.
to an 8th note.
And it'll be the same thing on the reprise. Yeah? We'll go over it in a second, make sure you understand.
Yes.
Yeah? And then measure 7, quarter, rest. Yeah, same thing. 8th, change that tied over quarter note to an 8th note. So you're getting out of the way. Shuvnitze, a half note turns into an 8th note. Echad, dotted quarter note turns into an 8th note. Shir, off. Yeah, shir is going to be a quarter note. And so you're not even going to worry about the r of that. It's going to be shir. Gam. Rest. And gab is going to be a quarter note. All right, so here's the soprano part at measure 4. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, so really, if all you do is the vowels on the top, it's all you need. Boom, out. Yeah.
So do you want Gav for the altos to also be?
Yes, quarter note. Thank you. Okay, and then it'll be the same thing in the repeat. We just want to get out of the way. The held notes, I think, make it harder for us to keep the energy going forward.
Right.
All right. So let's try everybody on the parts. And sopranos, everything that's a long note is now a short note. That's basically just get out of the way. 1 and 2 and 3. Right? I think it sounds a lot better. I think it sounds a lot better. Yes, Claudia.
Measure 8, the E on measure 8.
No, actually.
Cut that short.
That's a how.
Yeah.
So down to a quarter.
That's a really good question. Not sure. Let's leave it like this, and when we speed it up, and if it feels like it needs to be short, I have a hunch that we shorten all of those anyway once we speed it up. All right, 1 and 2 and 3. You know this by heart. This is actually our tempo. Or as fast as I can get it. I love what you doing? Yeah, so Claudia, good. To answer your question, yes, the half needs to stay half note. Because otherwise it takes the focus too much of it. Great job, everybody. I hope you're schwitzing. I'm schwitzing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nadine, I'm glad you made it the whole evening, and I hope you feel better soon. Okay, bye. Where is the button? There it is.